Hello, this is a message for Cancer. It's a general message, so take what is for you and leave the rest behind if it doesn't resonate. Like I said, it is for Cancer, but if it doesn't necessarily have to be for Cancer. If there's not something in this message for you, check out one of the other signs. You could get your messages in your sun, moon, or rising, so it doesn't just have to necessarily be in your sun sign if that's what you're looking for right now. But Cancer, we started off the story with this Woodward card. Woodward card is showing me an image of a strong individual, but it's coming through kind of like the strength card in this for me today. The strength card usually comes through as divine intervention or a God card for me. Basically, God overseeing a situation, Spirit overseeing a situation for you, and and it continues down that path here. I've used 4 different decks today, and in the second one I pulled again, we get this Three of Cups, and they're looking up into the sky, looking up like they're looking up to God. I'm seeing you as the individual in the middle here today. Usually this is a card about friendship, but to me it's showing as a message of your relationship with spirit, things that are going on. This whole story kind of seems to be going into this place of you got a difficult situation that you're dealing with, and it seems like kind of a love message. It seems like the relationship that you're dealing with your person, and but the overall energy that we got 6 of Wands here. And in this Light Seers deck, 6 of Wands shows me there's going to be something to celebrate. So the overall energy for the whole message, as difficult as it might seem as we're going through it, is you're going to have something to celebrate. So, but like we all know, as you're going through these moments, and if there's a tower moment or something that we have to get through the hard problems, we have to go through the difficult stuff to get to the happy place. And overall, we're getting to the 6 of Wands. So whatever you deal with and however this relates to your story, it's going to end well. So we'll go back to where we began. We began with the Woodward card, with God dealing with it, and I'm getting this energy of it's the Queen of Bows, and it shows the hair. I get in this card, it's showing me like, how do I want to say it? Kind of like a soldier energy, and I got that message several times throughout this. Like maybe how people will get deployed or something like that, and someone will go off to war, but or not necessarily even war, just a deployment, let's say, and they'll be separated for a long time. And while you're separated, you're having, it's difficult. It's strenuous on the relationship and that sort of thing. That's what I'm getting with this hair energy. It seems like a strong, like a stand-up individual, someone to be respected. But he's out doing his work. So you can look at this in any way. These are just metaphors. You could look at a soldier as whatever you do for your work. Whatever you're doing, it's causing a conflict in your relationship with your person. But as you're going through it, you go down into this. What is it here? We get the King of Cups energy underneath it, which says you're looking. To me, it's showing that you're looking to spirit. And like I said in the beginning, it just seems like a situation that has divine intervention here. That's helping you out through it. So what's happening as you're looking to spirit is because it looks like you're burnt out. You're burnt out from what's going on here. And you're almost, you're at this place of all the magic in your life is kind of like it's a merman. So I think this is the masculine energy. So this could be talking to a divine masculine, but you can flip it for your story, however you want to go to. But in this energy that you're in right now, you are not feeling great. You're feeling depleted and being knocked down. But we'll continue on here as you're going through. As you're in that energy, it looks like Spirit's answer to you right before they start their magic is they're going to put you in this more youthful place, in this more young energy. And that makes sense when you're dealing with something that is kind of complicated in relationships. Once you've been together for a while or something, it's not as fresh and it's not as shiny as it once was. So right now, you're in this stand-up energy, but you're coming to a place where he can use you and mold you into the situation that you need to be in. I'm seeing here right at these 2 cards here. So I'm getting, at first I thought it was the 2 people, but I'm not getting that now. We had the hair, and that was you, the energy that's this energy of that's a difficult situation to deal with, and then we get this stout energy. So I'm seeing there's the stout there, but these individuals, they're the same. This is just you now and the problem that you're having right here. This is you as the hair. You're having this energy here, and you see here in the with the hair, there is this stone right here that sticks out to me. There's this stone sticking out by them there, and the stone to me is looking like, if that would be spirit, or the what you're looking towards for your advice, that spirit, and you're really close to it and you're working with it. But and I think that's what they're showing me here, is in the next one, when they bring you to the more youthful place, you're not just standing next to it, you're not just being guided, you're actually standing on it. So you're looking to spirit, and you're kind of giving the situation over to God, or you're giving it over to source, however you look at it, whatever works for you. But and then, so once you do that, once you come into this youthful energy, you get to this next place where we get this shaman card, and shaman is still showing up. We started off with the Woodward energy. That Woodward energy is kind of a, I talk about sometimes, it's a good place to be when you're a strong individual, and spirit knows that you know how to make right decisions and that sort of thing. But sometimes we get lost and we have to look for guidance, and we don't know exactly what to do. We know what we have to do, but the choices that we're making aren't making it show up the way that we want it to show up. So he switches from this Woodward energy into this shaman energy, and the shaman energy talks to me about like magic, and like bringing out some mystical stuff into the world, and like something that just really doesn't make sense how to take care of. It's saying, here, let me handle it for you. And as they do their little, their tricks and what they do, that's some these miracles that they put into our lives we don't understand. What he's coming up with is this: you get the Wheel of Fortune. So, Wheel of Fortune is just, I've talked about it before, it's just that energy of, you're going to spin the wheel, whatever is going to happen, however it's going to work out, as dark and dreary as it might seem to us, we're spinning this wheel and we're standing on the top of it, and it's going to land on fortune. So you don't even have to worry about it. We get more than once here this, like, Two of Cups energy, and or Two of Swords energy, where you can't figure out, have these choices in your head what to do. Spirit's saying, don't worry about it, don't do that. Just let me handle it, and I'll surprise you with it, because you're getting all this underneath it. You get this, it shows like a maiden. She's she's in the water, and she's kind of just dancing in the water. So that, and I'll continue into that in just a moment, but it's just showing that all these worries that you have on your mind that you're trying to deal with, that's keeping you felt depleted. Don't do that, because you're going to come to this happy place that's going to leave you in the end in the celebration energy here. So after the shaman, and when he does the magic, we get the what is called the Hooded Man card in this deck here, but it's the Hermit card, and we get Hermit twice in this. Like I said, I used 4 different decks, and we got the Hermit twice in it. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, but more importantly, it's saying what you need to do is go within. This is going to be a time, and I get this. It seems like, one, it's someone that you haven't met yet. It could be that, or it's someone that's at a distance from you, or something like the example I was saying, something where you're not together right now and it's causing a problem, it's causing an issue. But under this Hooded Man energy, his answer, what he's providing for you to what you do as you're going within, we start off with this image of the Hooded Man. In this deck, it shows, we got our Hermit guy, but I'm seeing the Hermit guy in this deck as, it's basically spirit, just another version of spirit, so you can see him, and he's bringing you the answer right there in his light. But you're this little bird down here. You're this little bird, and see, once again we get this image of, it looks, this stone, and over you see it, and I'm seeing it. So think of it like, this is what I'm seeing in my head, is like a great, a great statue of a god. Think of a big god and his finger, and you're standing on the finger. But we get it over and over and over. So it's just showing me. That's all it's showing over here, over and over again. See, there's I'll show you. Where is it? He's on the bird's on it here once. It comes up again, and the stout's standing on it here now. And over here, the hare is standing it's right next to it at the beginning. So what the energy is telling me in this is, go from this place of just standing next to it, working for it, and just go ahead and stand right on it. Let spirit guide the way. but it's showing that this is just a situation that you're going to have to let yourself be guided by spirit with. Otherwise, you're not going to get, you're going to end up with your result, and your result doesn't seem to be bringing you a lot of happiness right now. It's creating a lot of conflict in your life, it seems like, and leaving you almost to a place of feeling depleted or close to dead even. But once you give over and you go into this Virgo energy or into this Hermit energy here, you get automatically right under it. You get twice, and you start off with the Ten of Pentacles. You get Ten of Pentacles right underneath that, and then right underneath that you get Ten of Cups. So it just goes into all this beautiful energy. So it's showing, all right, you got this issue, you brought it to me, you've given it to me, now you're standing with me, and it's showing that you are standing with spirit. So as you're doing it, though, there it is, right there. It goes all into this Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles energy. So it's beautiful. But so at the end here, after it's, if you haven't identified yet, what you're trying to identify what the issue is that you're dealing with, it's showing me here whatever the issue is that Spirit's having to intervene with is this Four of Cups energy, and we got Four of Cups 3 times out of the 4 decks. We got Four of Cups 3 times, so it's very evident that that's what's going on here. Is you have this energy of, in this first one that we got, it says next to it the word is boredom. It shows boredom here, but it's talking about, Four of Cups just talks about you have these things on your mind that's sitting there taking up all the thoughts in your life. You got something that you're focusing on, and you're not looking behind you at what's the beautiful thing that Spirit has for you. So, and like I said, you got it out of the 4 decks, it came up 3 times, one in each deck. So it's very evident that you need to spend some time trying to figure out what is causing this Four of Cups energy in your life, because it's the root of what you're dealing with here. And if you can figure out what that is, in this first one it tells us boredom. So maybe if it's a relationship issue, maybe things have got stagnant. You know what boredom means. So it's the one person, because we get it in 2 different lines here, and it's showing your 2 people, whoever they are, and you got to switch it however you want. Someone is bored. Someone is not feeling the fire, feeling the magic anymore, where it seems like this is a very magical, divine relationship that you got going on. Someone's not feeling it right now, and it's leaving them in this Two of Swords energy, and which means being, having these thoughts in their head, these 2 things that they can't figure out which direction to go. And as as the person, we'll talk about each one person at a time, and you can put it together however you want. It doesn't really show me. I mean, I get a little bit, in the first 2 cards it shows the divine masculine and divine feminine, but you can put that into your story however you want. It's not really sticking out who is who in this, so you'll have to flip it into your story however you need to. But whoever the person is that's feeling bored and has these options in their head, it's basically telling me, maybe this is a person you haven't met yet, or a relationship that's not committed quite yet. So someone has options that they're dealing with in their head, and they're going back and forth in it. And as they're doing these options, part of the problem here is that we get this card here. In this deck, I'm not exactly sure which card it's supposed to be representing, but it's an image of a person standing at a beach. There's a person down here standing, and as they're standing, back here in the back, there are these ships. So it's showing me that you're looking off into the distance. You see, for you to get to your destiny, to get to whatever you're trying to accomplish, you have your ships are right there that are going to take you away to it. But as you're standing there looking at them, like, the obvious answer would be just, jump on the ship and float away to your person or whatever that is. But what's an obstacle that you're having is, it looks like a big wave here. There's a big wave that turns into a god, and it's showing that what's standing in your way of what you're trying to get to is spirit. So you're having to figure out with what's the reason. Is this, God saying to you, oh, this isn't your person? Is this God saying, hang on, take your time and go slow, whatever it is. But whatever spirit is standing, if you're just looking at the image directly, you got this person standing on the shore there, you got this big image of a spirit standing in your way of your ships. But if you continue to look at the full picture, if you look at the big picture, and you can't see very good in this card, but back there behind, up here, where are we at here? Up here into the black clouds, behind spirit standing in your way, like I said, and I got a message earlier today of us trying to see the full picture. It seems like at one point, if you look at this card, it looks like maybe Spirit's trying to stop you from being in this relationship or stop you from doing it. But what's really being stopped is you got to look up all the way behind that. Spirit is standing in the way of this darkness. There is behind what Spirit is guiding. It's not stopping you from your ships. It's stopping you from this darkness in the sky. So there's something that needs to be healed or taken care of before you can get on your ship, is what it's showing me. And up, it looks like almost like this devil. It's like this demon up in the sky, but you can barely see it. But it's showing that's what's hovering over these ships. So whatever is taking you to get there, there's a darkness that needs to be taken care of before you get on it, because it's not, basically it's saying if you go now, if you do it now, you're just going to be walking into darkness. So it's, you're going to be jumping onto a sinking ship. So it's just giving me the sign of, he's asking you for that wonderful thing that we love so much, patience. It's not, it's just Spirit showing up in this image as, up out of the water, but as soon as he's ready to wash away, it's not like it's building a mountain to stop you from your ships. It's just saying not right now. That's all it's saying, is not right in this moment. As soon as he's ready, as soon as it's showing up as she in this image, as Spirit is ready, she'll drop her, drop the wall and let you through. But at the moment, there's all these clouds and darkness standing in the way, so don't go to it now. And whatever that may be, remember, in tarot we speak metaphorically a lot, so you got to put this into your story however you want. But underneath that, I ask for more clarification, and we get this image of this individual sitting on, it's sitting on this chair in this place. So it's whatever this person is, and they have all these dark shadowy people standing behind it, like they're staring and they're watching at them. So something is causing this insecurity of, maybe the people in your life are making it difficult for you to make your decision, to figure out what it is, and they're going to be causing problems. Maybe there are actual problems. Maybe, you got legal situations, you got stuff that needs, bill collectors, whatever you got going on. You got all this energy that is standing in your way that needs to be taken care of, that needs to be handled, that you need to come to terms with. Because on your knee here, this idea or this thought of what you're working towards, it's this egg. So it's saying it's a fragile egg, and that all makes sense to me. Is what they're saying is, you want this egg to hatch and turn into this beautiful thing, but if it's not ready to be hatched yet, and it's, and you're saying, okay, I want to go now, I want to run right now towards it. It's, and if you try to take it for what it is, it's just going to break, and it's not going to be anything. It's not going to have time to hatch into this beautiful energy that comes next. Because once you go through that, after you go through that, we walk into this, which looks like to me, it's like a tree of life. It's showing, but it's a house. It's called the World Tree. It's the World Tree here, and it's like a house where you're staying. And this is what kind of one of the answers is, that where you guys are going to go and you're going to deal with. It's kind of showing like maybe like relationship counseling, that kind of stuff, marriage counseling, or that sort of thing. Because in this house here, it's two different, the leaves are cut down the middle, so it's showing like you guys are sharing this house together. So, and as you're doing it, right in the beginning of it is this labyrinth. Sorry about the camera, it's hard to see there, but there's this labyrinth right ahead of the tree. But see how one side of the tree is one color and the other side of the tree is another color. So it's, to me, what that is showing is you trying to find a way to bring your homes together, to bring your lives into union. But once you do, as you go through this labyrinth, it's a beautiful labyrinth. It's like something that, God would divinely created for you. It's not like all these bumpy curves and stuff that you can't figure out. It's something that if you just walk the path, you're going to get to the end. But it's a labyrinth nonetheless. You still have to make some turns, and then if you take one wrong turn, you might have to do another one. So that's just showing to me like, the things that we go through in life, you're going to have to work through this together. But as the trees are sharing two different colors there, and you're bringing them together, it's saying you're going to have to do this together, and you're going to have to work it together. And as you do that, we're blessed here, or you're blessed, Cancer, to get the Sun card. So as you're doing that, this is where your beautiful energy is bringing you, is this beautiful Sun energy. So it seems like it's going to be a journey, and maybe not the easiest one. It's going to take a lot of patience, and maybe you got some eyes on, outside opinions coming in or something like that. That's what I'm getting with this Page of Cups energy, with these people standing in the background here behind. You got some people that are putting their voices in, or having too much to say about a relationship, and that can always bring obstacles. So maybe that's what Spirit is saying here, and that take care of whatever, because take care of whatever you need to take care of, because once you're into this, once you're in this place of union together, however you would look at it, if you're, maybe it's coming back home from a job that you've been away for a long time, maybe it's meeting your person for the first time, this new person, maybe it's, maybe it's you've had this long distance communication and now you're having to figure out how to build your lives together. You can put this into your story, and it's a general message. You can put it into your story however you need to, but as you're going through it, you're going in this young, and I've been getting in my messages over and over this kind of like Peter Pan energy of this young, youthful, life is fresh and new energy, and you're kind of hunting in the woods and you're doing it, but it's in a beautiful, it comes right underneath the sun energy, so it's like this great, it's a really positive energy. But as you're doing that, you come into this healing place. It talks about death here. We get the death card here, and let me see how I want to bring this to you so you can see it. The death energy it's talking about here, because we get the devil card and the death card twice. Underneath your person here, underneath your wheel of fortune, I told you get this energy underneath the wheel of fortune, so that was showing me what the wheel of fortune is leading towards you is just this exciting energy of dancing in the water and all that stuff. You get this devil card, and so it's saying as you're working towards to get to that wheel of fortune, whatever your fortune is, part of your challenge right now is working, and it's showing here two different people. So you got one person on their knees with their like they're praying to God. So we remember at the beginning we had this energy of feeling like you're giving over a situation to God. So I'm seeing that person as that person that's giving it over to God, and then the other person that's standing next to you is standing there like it's like they're praying with you. So it's showing me that there's two people here working towards a situation, and you're giving it over to, you're handing it over to spirit, whatever it may be. And because it comes out as devil energy, of course it could be Capricorn, but I'm seeing it as like this, and I get this image a lot in this deck, is it's just someone being taken apart. Whatever you have that's an obstacle for you, maybe it's the new situation or something like that. Whatever it is, it's going to require you to bring yourself down to this, breaking yourself down, maybe go through a tower moment so you're actually at the place that you need to be so you can build yourself back up again. But once you do that, you're going to come into all this Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups energy. And as you're going through that, we're finding out as you're doing the rebuilding, we get this Five of Swords image. And Five of Swords image to me here shows it looks like these two people that have been battling, and they got bandages around their wounds, like they're healing and doing all that stuff. But the stuff that you are battling, it seems like as you're discovering, as you're letting spirit guide you, one of the individuals here has an apple on their head, and the other one, so it's looking like the masculine in this situation is a lot in their head about the intellectual part of the situation, and the feminine is just trying to, it's not showing me anything else about her except she's just around all these roses and flowers and stuff like that. So she's trying to, maybe she's got her head in the clouds a little bit, and she's just looking at all the love fairy tale stuff a bit. But the masculine is sitting in a, like, he's trying to really figure it out in his head. Is it going to work out financially? Is it going to do this? What are all the obstacles? But while you're doing this, you're battling. And another issue that we have here is not only is he in his head, but next to him he has this snail. He's got the snail, and we get the snail twice in this. I'll find it in just a second, but the snail popped up twice here. So it's showing me that there's this slow-moving energy. Oh, it was with the devil card. So underneath the devil card, we got a snail again here. So it's showing that maybe the masculine is dragging their feet a little bit in the situation, not coming as fast as the other person would want to, which that happens often, a lot of times, especially when you have someone that's not quite sure about what to do in a situation, you got spirit standing in your way, so you're like, man, maybe I should take a little bit more time. But as you're doing that, it's pissing your person off, it looks like, and it's causing these battles. But the battles doesn't seem to be the biggest problem, because they're holding each other still as they're healing. She's got her hand reached out to him down here, and standing right behind him and still loving him. It's not showing me that the love has gone anywhere. It's just showing over and over that it's causing problems. And because right after that card we got that image of the people watching in the background. So it's just showing right here, it's showing me all this energy of whatever your problem is that you're dealing with. They're all lining together. Right after this battling here, we still have that image of the people that are watching. So it looks like you got some slow moving energy. You got, being stuck in your head a lot. You got all these people's in the way, so it's causing a problem that's slowing everything down and leaving you in this Four of Cups energy. So it goes on to, after that, the next part of your of an issue that is coming on was this Death card. We talked about the Death card. In this Death card, we got this image of this old lady here. There's an image of an old lady, and then underneath that we have this image of an alien. Can't see it real well, but it's alien, like the movie Alien, you know, Sigourney Weaver, that alien. It looks like that. So think back to that story of, so it's showing this really inside your head. You're dealing with these tough, dark issues that you got going on. One of them, maybe you had a grandmother or someone close, maybe a mother, maybe, you know, someone. It's showing the head of an older female, and then the other one is like this dark alien, and you know, like a horror movie kind of energy. You got all this going on in your head, and right at the top of it, as you know, you got these it's showing a vice like squeezing on your head as you're doing it. So it's causing all this turmoil as you're going through it. But it's showing here, the thing that's giving you hope here is, you know, even though you're dealing with all this, and it's showing. So we're dealing here, something that's on your head has something to do with loss in your life. So, you know, someone had died, it looks like, because the image of the older lady or the grandma, or it could be an old man. It just shows someone with longer hair, so I'm taking it as a female, but it could be an old man too. It's not really showing one way or the other. But whatever this death is in your life, someone that you've lost, it's caused this really deep turmoil in your life. But there is a keyhole. So that's where, you know, as dark as this picture comes off in this story, it's coming off as something that's really, you're really battling in your head about, is that there is a keyhole in it, and see in the top of your head there. So it's showing me there is an answer to this problem. It's not something that's going to hold you back for the rest of your life. And then it's something that whoever, you or spirit or whoever, or your person, whoever it is, can come in with a key and help you let out these issues that you're dealing with that are keeping you in this place of all this slow moving energy. Because that's showing before you can get to the place. Maybe that's what spirit is telling your person. Maybe that's, you know, because I talked about, we see here that you know, spirit is standing in the way of your problem up in the clouds. If you have an issue, say you found your soulmate, you found the person that you love, but they have these dark, you know, things in their life that they haven't healed through yet, and then you can build a relationship at a distance, you can communicate, but if you're actually in each other's lives, that's when you're going to see your person's wounded. You know, a lot of things you can hide over the phone, or you can hide while you're at war. You know, I've got this image a couple times, you know, I'm thinking of like a soldier that has gone off, and you know, maybe he's fought and seen death and all this stuff, so when he comes home, you know, we hear these stories about when people come home, you know, they got PTSD and all this sort of thing, so it's causing problems in your life and that sort of thing. You know, the love is still there, but it all needs to be worked through, and it's causing this slow moving energy. But as you do, and that's why I haven't gone into the end to the next person yet, whoever your person is, I'm seeing, for me, that your person is going to be someone that helps hold the key to answering these problems for you. So maybe, you know, if it's that's an obvious answer. If this is someone that you've been married to, you know, maybe there's something standing in the way that from you getting to them right now. So maybe once you're able, you know, once your job's done or whatever like that, you know, maybe that's just the answer. Excuse me. But if this is something that's saying you need to take time and deal with maybe getting out of your head a little bit, stop worrying about the people that are in your life and giving you the influence, you know, that's the stuff. Because we get to the key over here, the key to whatever is holding this person down. And it looks like, so the mask, you know, over here, we go into this energy of the blasted oak. So blasted oak to me is we're showing this fallen angel, or like a, you know, I'm seeing like a starseed angel, like someone that's come down to earth to help out. But we get this blasted oak, which shows a tree that is getting blasted, which is bringing to me like tower energy. And then when I was pulling that, I flipped it over in another deck, and it was the tower. So in this blasted oak energy, I'm getting this star seed and this tower moment in the same thing. And this is a perfect example of many readers will try to explain to people, you know, that tower moments aren't always bad, because it's showing to, you know, for you to get to whoever this part of the story is, and maybe it's both, because in this part of it, you know, where we get this this person that's in their head or whatever, it's in the middle. It's showing, you know, we got the two people of two stories, one on the left, one on the right, and in the middle is where we start off with that world tree card, which is showing bringing them together. So this looks to me, and now the Spirit's verifying that's what it is, and maybe that's what's going on. We get these two images: the one person that's dealing with this death of a person, and the other one's dealing with these aliens sort of situation. So put that into your story however it works, but whatever it's doing, it's showing that you both have these issues that you're working through. And as you do, and as you're able to come together, and we're going to come to the key. But as we do it here, we got this star seed angel, and the star seed angel, the person falling down comes. That's where once again, a lot of people think of star seeds like we're this magical, like perfect, we don't have any problems kind of thing. But sure enough, right underneath it, you get 4 cups for that person too. So it's not showing me at all. This is not something you need to feel like it's a judgmental situation. Not one person is better than the other. It seems like you both, which is generally, probably about all the time, is what the issues are in relationships. Is it's never just one person's fault ever. But underneath the star seed, we get this. This 4 of Cups energy again, which is showing, someone's sitting there looking at all their cups that they have, maybe their work and stuff and all that stuff. But if they stop focusing on that and look over to Spirit, Spirit has this cup that has this beautiful rainbow flying out of it. That's just like, way better than everything, all these spilled out cups over here. So, and underneath the falling star person, it's showing maybe, what did we have here? I'm trying to figure, where were we at? Yeah, but it's okay. It's showing that we're getting this. It's showing, excuse me, it's these two people. So you could see this as you and your person, whatever it is. But it's these two small and young, like almost naked individuals. They are naked, and they're sitting by a book that they're trying to open up. And above the book is this angel, or so you can look at it as an angel or a spirit or God, however you want to look at it. So you're gaining knowledge, and it's showing, that, because this is coming right at the end here, is showing that part of your healing process as you're doing it, before you guys can come together, before you can have that key to open up, the problems that are going to stand in the way, you're going to open up this book, and it's going to bring you all this knowledge. So it's showing, maybe that's at the very basic of it, it's just saying learn about each other, get to know each other, that sort of thing. But it's showing something a little bit more, because as you're opening it up, we're getting this image of this angel over it. So you guys are you're gaining all this knowledge together, and so you're going through something very complex. And underneath that, you get the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords talks about like a divine hand of God coming down to handle a situation for you. So whatever's going on, Spirit's, not just Spirit, God himself is going to handle the situation. Spirit for me talks about generally like all the, the kind of like the magic of God, but in this, it's making it specifically clear that God has, because we get him several times over in this message, that this is something that's divinely protected. And to get through that is that once you gain this knowledge, we get this image of the Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords card, it looks like to me, it kind of like a factory. Think of like a meat factory, like where something's going into a factory and they're going to be building, and as they come out the other side, they get their answers and stuff. And it's looking to me like you're going into heaven, like not necessarily like dying, but like a rebirth, And I've got that several times throughout this, as you get this like rebirth energy. You go from being like this mature individual down to this youthful energy, and then as you're opening up the book, you're like this young, naked energy of these new children with nothing holding you back. You're getting, as you're getting healed down here, your body's all falling apart and you're being rebuilt and all that sort of thing. But as you go into this repair system that it looks like, whatever it is. So look at it like that. Maybe you're going into the shop. It's going into like this heaven, this image of heaven. And as you do, that's showing what the answer is that heaven that you're going into. See, down here, this is showing up to me like a key. It looks like a key down here, and you can see all the way up here. And here are, it's hard to see in this picture, but it's these bodies, and they're going into the entrance here. So as you go into your enlightenment, it's showing like as you're, so many of us are going through this awakening process right now. So maybe you're both being awoken right now, and that's what's going on. And so Spirit, and a lot of us have seen this, or you've already been awakened. And so Spirit has shown a lot of us that, it's a individual process. It's something that you have to do on your own. It's not really something that you're going to do. You know, you can do it with your partner and your stuff in your life, but the actual work of going through the awakening is going to be done on yourself, on your own, and dealing with all the stuff that's got you got going on in your head, that's holding you back. So the answer for this story is that once you're going into this process, once you're going into this heaven energy, this, you know, this divine spiritual energy, that is going to be, not for one of you, but for both of you. You know, that is going to be the key to healing this mental stuff that's going on with you, that's keeping all this slow energy going on. But so, like I said, it does feel like this healing journey, this struggle that's going on. It doesn't seem, you know, like it's very fun at all, Cancer. So I'm sorry that you're having to deal with it, but it seems like you have 10 of Cups, you have 10 of Pentacles twice, you have the Sun, you have the Ace of Swords, you have, you know, all this beautiful energy that you're working through. So it's not a negative story at all. It's not telling you to doom and gloom and hide under a rock at all. It's a healing story, and it's just saying you've had to look to God, and God has it. It's basically saying that God has it for you, so don't worry too much about it. But let's get some advice from the angels to see what they got. You know, we'll ask for advice from Spirit this time. This is an angel deck, so I usually ask for Spirit, but we don't generally ask angels. You know, when God is telling us He's got it, we don't ask the angels to tell us. So we'll just see what Spirit says for us. Let's see. All right, it's trying to pop out twice here. All right, so it's saying romantic, flirtatious, introspective, fickle, falling in love, being swept off your feet, a sudden love affair, a lack of balance in a relationship, situations or topics that make your heart flutter, a love of art and poetry. So it looks like this is the energy of what you're heading towards, or what's heading to, you know, to bring you to this celebration energy. So maybe, and the more I'm reading into this, it's feeling like, you know, at first I was thinking it was more just, remember I got that image of like a soldier off at war or something like that. So I thought maybe, you know, it's a married couple or something like that. But the more I read into it and the more I'm speaking out loud, it feels like someone you haven't met, a new relationship, or someone that, maybe someone new coming into your life, or someone that you haven't been able to come to in the physical yet. Maybe a telepathic communication, maybe, I don't know, you could have to put it into your story however you want, but or however it applies to you. But it's really feeling like this new energy, but it looks like to me the thing, and I can see why. Maybe it's a twin flame situation, because it seems like you guys got the same obstacles that you're dealing with. You got the same stuff that's going on, but Spirit is saying part of that answer here, and it's right above the Sun. Part of that answer is to bring them together. You know, as you know, look at the tree. It's the same tree, and the doors to the tree there, but we do see this labyrinth. So you can look at this in another way too that I'm seeing now, is maybe you have to go through the labyrinth first before you can get into this tree to where you're together. But however you look at it, either you're in the tree, and as you're in the tree you're going through the challenges, or you have to go the challenges to get to the tree. Whatever it is, it's a tree of life, and it's bringing the sun energy. So it's definitely worth whatever you guys are fighting for. So I encourage you to keep on going and do the work, because it sounds like a beautiful, beautiful end result that in the very end, I mean, you could look at it like literally, like, you know, you guys end up in heaven together. You know, after you've spent your life together, you guys end up in heaven together, and you're just one of those couples that, you know, fairy tale endings. But that's not really this, you know, that's one way you could look at it, but that's not what I'm seeing here. It's showing me is once you do the work, once you get through it, it's bringing you to a place that feels like heaven, that feels like, you know, this Garden of Eden energy that I didn't mention it, but I did see it several times throughout this. It gets like, you get like this beautiful energy of just being in this perfect place together. So get some more advice from Spirit. All right, it says, loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, caring for others but forgetting to take care of yourself, trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, follow your heart. Okay, so we don't get a lot of advice. But that being said, remember and that was my own mistake, I should have thought about it before I started. I don't ask for, you know, when I'm talking to God, or when I'm talking to Source itself, I don't ask the angels for advice. So God is the advice. The advice is to follow your intuition. You know, that's the advice. So over this situation, it's already been advised. So you don't really need advice, is what Spirit is saying. It's just saying, give it to Spirit, work with me, follow your heart, you know, and do what you got to do, and you're going to get through it. You know, it doesn't look like it's easy. You know, you see your ship there, you have all your answers, you can see it, you know what's coming. But you got to do the work, is what it's saying. But all right, Cancer, you got a fun journey. Maybe not so fun, but, you know, try to pep things up a little bit, but we'll keep on reading for you and see where it goes. But I'm certain, you put it in God's hands, it's definitely going to work out. That's one thing we do know. So we'll keep reading, we'll see where it goes. But you have a good night.